The rivalry between Jedi Grandmaster Yoda and the Dark Sith Lord Emperor Palpatine is one of the most tantalizing dynamics in the entire galaxy, yet it remains largely unexplored. These two figures stand as perfect opposites, one embodying the light side of the Force and the other the dark side. After Order 66, we know that Palpatine chose not to pursue Yoda, dismissing him as no longer a threat. But have you ever wondered as to what Palpatine's reaction was to when Yoda died in Return of the Jedi? There are actually two answers to this question, one in canon and one in legends. Starting with canon, we find our answer in the canon novel of Stories of the Jedi and Sith. In it, we witness something truly surprising. The chapter opens aboard the second Death Star above Endor, where Palpatine is reminiscing about his past accomplishments. He reflects on how soon he'll become the undefeated Emperor of the galaxy once the rebels are finally crushed. As his thoughts drift, he recalls the battle in the Senate building against Yoda. Palpatine remembers how exhilarating it felt to face someone who could match his power. While he respected Yoda's strength and skill, he still saw the fight as little more than a game. Although Yoda did escape with his life, Palpatine didn't care, knowing that as long as he was Emperor, he remained the true victor. Yet he couldn't help but fantasize about killing Yoda, though it wasn't entirely necessary. He just wished he could be the one to deliver the killing blow to the old Green Goblin. And Yoda, despite not being the Emperor's primary target, was still one of the most wanted figures in the galaxy with a very high bounty. Gazing to the stars, Palpatine smiles, preparing for the impending defeat of the rebel forces. The novel then shifts to Luke in Yoda's hut as Yoda prepares to become one with the Force. It states, "The Force is wondrous. Master Yoda is no longer a piece of it. He is it." But he remembers himself as he was taught. He remembers who he is, who he has been, and he remembers who he will be. Though he does not breathe, he remembers how to laugh. Something out in the galaxy also remembers him. It is calling his name right now. The story then switches perspectives to Emperor Palpatine, who suddenly senses Yoda's death. The novel says, it wasn't as if he had felt Yoda and then suddenly didn't feel him. No, he hadn't felt Yoda at all, and now suddenly he felt the Jedi all around him and the Force itself. Palpatine's anger flares, but he realizes that Yoda is dead. This realization amuses him and he laughs, until he suddenly falls silent. From the stars, a blue glow appears, taking the shape of his old rival. Yoda stands before him as a Force ghost, staring silently. Shocked, Palpatine says nothing, unsure if the apparition is real. Finally, he forces a laugh and says, "You are dead." He turns away to look out the viewport. Gloating, he asks if Yoda has come to witness the final triumph of the Sith. He taunts that soon he will own Luke Skywalker just as he had with Lord Vader. Yoda, however, has a simple response: win? You cannot. Sidious laughs, replying that he has already won, but when he turns back to face Yoda, the Jedi Master is gone. This moment is one of the more interesting parts of Return of the Jedi, as it demonstrates Yoda, even in death, achieves something that a Sith never could. And his first act as a Force ghost is to confront Palpatine and remind him of the limitations of the Sith power, truly a Jedi to the end. In Legends, however, the events unfold a bit differently. Instead of Yoda's Force ghost appearing or Palpatine sensing Yoda's death, the story takes a different path. Our information comes from the now Legends novel of Return of the Jedi. The scene takes place within the Emperor's throne room during the Battle of Endor, where Palpatine and Luke have a more extended conversation. Palpatine acknowledges that he knows that Luke was first introduced to the Jedi by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he mocks Obi-Wan's death, taunting Luke with the fact that his own father killed his former master. This mockery stirs anger in Luke, which is exactly what Palpatine wants. Luke, however, manages to control his emotions for now. Curious, Palpatine asks Luke who continued his Jedi training. Although Luke doesn't respond, Palpatine probes his mind to find out. He realizes that it was Yoda. By simply mentioning his name, it provokes Luke into an anger once more. Palpatine then sneers, "This Yoda, lives he still?" And upon discovering the truth by sensing into Luke's head once more, his mouth curves into a wicked smile as he adds, "Ah, he lives not. Very good," ending this exchange. This scene is very fascinating as it shows Palpatine mimicking Yoda's unique speech pattern in a mocking way of asserting his dominance over the fallen Jedi Master. Whatever way you prefer, it's still very cool either way, as it really goes to show the true nature of Palpatine and his view on Yoda. But anyway, that is how Palpatine reacted to Yoda's death in both canon and legends. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, it would mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe, as it would help the channel out a ton. Also, if you want to watch another one of my videos, make sure to click on screen now. And with that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.